Well, hello grade 9s. Brace yourself. This is Linear Equations 8. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, the mental math for what the missing number or the mysterious number or the variable may be is a little harder now. So let's get started. Here is your first example. First of all, by the way, this is Linear Equations 8 with brackets, part 2. As you can see, there is brackets on both sides of the equation. So let's see how this pans out. Your first example is coming up now. Let's try 2 times 5x minus 6 equals 3x minus 2 plus 4. Oh dear Lord, what is this? So, can any of you actually even guess by mental math what this mysterious number is? This variable x might be. If you could, that's pretty good, but even I can't guess what it is. I'm gonna have to solve this myself, so I can't even guess what it is. So this side has to be equal to that side, so I can't even guess what that number might be. But let's give it a try and see if we can solve this using the technique. So this part here, if you can remember, is in equation 7, is brackets, okay? So you do the distributive property for this. Well, should give you 2 times 5x, will give you 10x, and 2 times negative 6 will give you negative 12. On this side, there really isn't any multiplication, so, or an invisible 1 if you prefer. So 1 times 3x is 3x, 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, plus 4. Okay? So because I have these numbers here already by themselves, so I'm just going to clean that up and solve those two, negative 2 plus 4. Meanwhile, writing out exactly what we have for the other side, and we're going to leave 3x by itself. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. And now you actually have just solving equations with variables on both sides. Okay? So, again, with variables on both sides, I don't like that. I want variables on one side, I want numbers on the other. So I'm going to first get rid of this minus 12 here by adding 12 to both sides. And I'm going to have 10x on this side and 3x plus 14 on this side. And because I have this variable 3x here still, I'm going to subtract him from here. I'm going to subtract from both sides. So now I have 10x minus 3x, which is 7x. And on this side, I'm just left with 14. Hope I'm not going too fast here. Finally, divide both sides by 7. And now you have x equals 2. Did anybody guess that our answer might have been 2? If you could, well, you're probably a better mathematician than I am. Good for you. Again, don't forget to do the check part. Don't simplify the equation. I want you to rewrite the original equation. 2 times 5x minus 6 equals 3x minus 2 plus 4. Let's see if we can get an equal number on both sides. Okay? So, let's just do our substitution here. 2 times 5, and our x answer was 2. So I'm going to substitute that in. We're going to substitute the 2 for this x as well. And so there's our substitution. That's what it looks like. Be sure to do the brackets first, inside the brackets. So 2 times 5 times 2 here in brackets is 10. And over here in this bracket, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 4. And again, finish the brackets first. 10 minus 6 is 4. And we want to get an 8 equals 8 on both sides. So 6 minus 2 here is 4 plus 4, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So I think our answer is good. X is equal to 2. Second example. Okay, so brace yourself. Let us try this example. 2 times 8n plus 7 is equal to negative 50. Yes, it is very involved this time. But just make sure you go through all the steps correctly so that you shall arrive at the correct answer. So what do we have here? So we have 2 times 8n plus 7 equals negative 50 plus 2 times negative 5n plus 6. Try doing the mental math for that, or guess what the number is. Pretty hard. This is why I need you to follow the steps and show me the steps when you're doing this. Do the distributive property first for this side. 2 times 8n is 16n. 2 times 7 is 14. Negative 50 stays the way he is because the distributive property is really just for the brackets. 2 times 5n is negative 10n, and 2 times 6 is 12. Now, because this is an addition here, you know you can just remove these brackets, and I'm just going to write out this part of the bracket by itself as it is. Rewrite this side of the equation as 16n plus 14. Negative 50 stays the way it is, and I'm going to rewrite this without the brackets, so that's negative, or pardon me, minus 10n plus 12. Wow. So what do we do here? We got negative 50 and a positive 12 here. I think we should do the subtraction, or pardon me, the math with those two first. I'm going to rewrite everybody exactly the way they are. I'm going to shuffle this around so he's beside the positive 12. So negative 10n stays the way he is, and plus 12 minus 50. What is 12 minus 50? I believe positive 12 minus 50 is negative 38. Yes? Cool. Okay, so now look what we have. We have, again, variables on both sides. I'm going to subtract this 14 from this side. And I'm going to have 16n on this side and negative 10n over here. And so negative 38 minus 14, I think, is 52. Negative 52 or minus 52. Okay. We have a minus 10n or negative 10n on this side, so we're going to add 10n, add 10n, and so we're going to have 26n equals negative 52. Looks good so far. Divide both sides by 26, and guess what? Our original or our intended number was actually negative 2. Did any of you guess that? Well, maybe some of you did. Good for you. I couldn't. And now the check part. Well, the check will have to be on the next page. So, let's rewrite the original equation, shall we? It's 2 times 8n plus 7 equals negative 50 plus 2 times negative 5n plus 6. Write the original equation. Don't simplify it. I need to see the original equation. I need you to put in the substitution. So, here it is. Substitution, our answer was, as you recall, n equals negative 2. So I'm going to substitute that negative 2 wherever I see this n. So 8 times negative 2 here, plus 7 in brackets, equals negative 50 plus 2 times negative 5 times negative 2 in brackets plus 6, all in brackets. Yes, 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 I know. It's about to become very challenging, but don't worry. Follow the steps. If you have to pause this video, rewind it, go ahead. Do whatever is inside the brackets first. That's what orders of operations ask you to do. So what is 8 times negative 2? That is negative 16. It is also asking you to be very careful when you do these, because any mistakes that you make in these checks or any of the calculations might steer you the wrong way. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. So we got positive 10 plus 6 in brackets over here. We have negative 16 plus 7 over here. So what is negative 16 plus 7? I believe that'll have to be equal to negative 9. Okay, so this technique and this solving equations, linear equations 8, is begging you to please be more accurate with your calculations. Negative 50 plus 2 times 10 plus 6, that's easy, that's a 16. And here, 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. Are we going to get negative 18 on this side? Well, let's see. Negative 50 plus 2 times 16 is 32. And I think we did good. Negative 18 is equal to negative 18. Would you like to see another example? It's 3 for you. Okay. Okay, let's do a third one then. How about this one? Most challenging example of them all. 7 times 2x minus 1 minus 2 times 5x minus 6 equals 2 times 4x minus 5 plus 7. Yes, I know, this looks kind of intimidating. My goodness, there's a lot of going on over here. But just follow the technique of distributive property first, and you should do well. Let's do this distributive property one at a time. Okay? So 7 times 2x is 14x. 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. Negative 2, yes, you have to treat this as a negative 2. Okay, even if it is outside the brackets, it's minus 2. Make this minus in front of this 2 becomes its identity. So it's a negative 2 times 5x. That's a negative 10x. A negative 2 times a negative 6 will become a positive 12. On the other side of the equation, 2 times 4x is 8x. And 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And we have a plus 7 at the end. Well, now we have numbers that we can add and some numbers that we can shuffle and variables that we can shuffle around here. So I'm going to shuffle the variables first. This 10x has to go beside that 14x. Like so. Now we have a minus 7 plus 12. And over here, negative 10 plus 7, I believe, is negative 3. Or minus 3, as we write it. Still following me so far? Okay. Let's do the math. 14 minus 10 is 4x. Negative 7 plus 12 is positive 5. And on this side, we have nothing else to do, so it's just 8x minus 3. And so now, once again, we have variables on both sides, okay, which I think is solving equations 5, I believe. Okay, so I want to get rid of this plus 5 here, so we're going to minus 5 on both sides. Gets rid of this positive 5 on this side, so leaving us at 4x on this side. And over here is negative 3 minus 5, which is negative 8. Okay. Finally, let's get rid of this 8x. So we're going to subtract 8x on both sides. And so we got negative 4x over here and negative 8 on this side. Yes, just because you get rid of this 8x doesn't mean this minus in front of this 8 disappears. It stays there. Divide both sides by negative 4. And x equals positive 2. Did any of you guess that that would be positive 2 from this original equation? Well, if you did, you're good. And now here comes the check. Let's write the original equation. 7 times 2x minus 1 minus 2 times 5x minus 6. I think I'm going to run out of room here. I'm going to have to go to a different page. Equals 2 times 4x minus 5 plus 7. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to just do the check on a different page. Here comes a check from example number 3. Again, I'm going to write the original equation. 7 times 2x minus 1 minus 2 times 5x minus 6 equals 2 times 4x minus 5. Crazy example, isn't it? I hope you don't get anything as difficult as this in your assignment, but I really can't remember what the assignment looks like. Okay, so let's do our substitution. Our original answer was positive 2. So we're going to substitute positive 2 wherever we see this x. Like so. Minus 2 times 5 times 2 here, minus 6 equals 2 times bracket 4 times 2 minus 5 over here plus 7. Whew. All right. Do whatever is inside the bracket first. Okay. Do the brackets first. Brackets here, brackets here, brackets here. So 7 times 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1. There goes that bracket, or almost actually. Minus 2 times 5 times 2 is 10 minus 6 equals 2 times 4 times 2 is 8 minus 5 plus 7. With me so far? 4 minus 1 is 3. Minus 2 times 10 minus 6 is 4. And on the other side, we have 8 minus 5, which is 3. Still wondering if this is going to work out? I hope so. 7 times 3 is 21, minus 8 on this side, and 2 times 3 here is 6, plus 7, 21 minus 8, that does equal to 13, and 7 plus 6, oh pardon me, 6 plus 7 does equal 13, so we are good. And I hope you do good too on this assignment, because I think that's the only examples I'm going to give you. So good luck. That's linear equations 8.